Hi, I'm Diane Prendergast. Welcome to The Corporate Knobs. It's a show about who has the real control in corporate America. Hint, it's not you. Everything you're about to see is inspired by a true story. The names have been changed or omitted to protect the innocent, by which I mean myself and anyone else that has been hurt. Enjoy the show.
And now, a word from our sponsor. Welcome to the history of Landalore Industries. In 1921, Landalore Industries was born. A very young Grover Cleveland Landalore began making his own socks using scraps of wool he found in the street. With his wife and 8 children working umpteen hours a day at the looms out of an old barn, business grew, and Landalore had to adopt more children to keep up with the growing demand. Soon, he tired of all the activity. He divorced his wife and sent all 19 children out into the world, even the little ones. Next, Landalore married the very wealthy Valerie Van Buren. He promptly spent her inheritance on a variety of questionable research studies in an effort to create the world's tastiest potato chips. He planted potatoes in every field in his farm, despite being strongly advised not to do so. Potato farming the Landalore way creates a lot of waste. Thus, Landalore learned to become highly efficient and secretive about disposing of this waste. So efficient and secretive, in fact, that the U.S. government took notice, offering him a contract to dispose of nuclear waste. Landalore gladly accepted the challenge and gleefully sprinkled toxic government uranium all over his fields, carefully dumping the extra in the nearby Mullet River at night. Well, that did the trick. Potatoes grew like wildfire, as did demand from repeat customers claiming they couldn't get enough. In 1954, Landalore was feeling the pain of his age, so he sunk his excess profits into the purchase of a pharmaceutical company. Following his lead, the company grew into the nation's largest manufacturer of goat tranquilizers for goat rodeos, a favorite pastime of Mr. Landalore. Using his gambling and research prowess, Landalore blackmailed his way into the development and ownership of millions of patents from unsuspecting travelers who only wanted to enjoy a goat rodeo. In 1963, the company went public, and Landalore immediately retired, selling all of the company's stock. The new investors went right to work following Landalore's guidebook of grift and larceny. Sales have grown at incredible rates over the last 4 decades, despite some financial losses from a flurry of well-founded lawsuits. Landalore Industries is proud to celebrate its history. Pictures of Grover Cleveland Landalore adorn the walls of the new offices of Landalore, while tours of his family farm in Sheboygan, Wisconsin are given daily. Visitors are encouraged to slice their own chips on the antique looms in the barn and enjoy a picnic on the grounds of the still glowing Mullet River, where you can find 4, 5, and even 6-leaf clovers. Landalore Industries, a growing concern. From our family to your family, then back to our family again.
I'm Diane Prendergast. A lot of us have changed our work habits during COVID. We realized that maybe we don't like our jobs, or maybe we have children under the age of 5, and we'd like to perhaps get fired from our jobs, but get a severance package. Maybe you're one of those people. You'd like to quit, but really you want to get fired so you can get some extra money. Well, here's a tip for you. Would you like to be a bad manager? I don't mean just an annoying manager or a subpar manager. I mean the kind of manager that becomes a meme on BuzzFeed, the kind of manager that gets cited in the Wall Street Journal as a bad example. You can do it. Here you go. First of all, give very general direction. And then when you get work back, give very specific and pointed criticism as if the person didn't know what to do from the beginning. Second, don't explain things. People love to guess. Next, when you give feedback, say, good job, followed by 20 minutes of specific improvements. Again, better to act as if the person specifically and purposely did not do what you asked them to do. People enjoy that experience. 3 words. I demand this. Talk about your expensive car problems in front of hourly workers. Complain about your terrible broadband service to the consultant that you've insisted should work all weekend while you relax in your vacation home in the Hamptons. Expect single people to work 24/7. They don't have kids. What else are they going to do? Don't ask people how they're doing. Just plow right into the work. Make the workday efficient. Especially this applies to women. Did you know that 80% of women say that they're still doing 100% of the housework and childcare? They're not stressed at all. Don't ask them how they're doing. Just ignore it. 1 word, whine. And I mean, whine. It's a great sound. Be late to every meeting, miss every deadline. And for extra points, don't acknowledge it. Say things like, it's your fault I didn't give you feedback because you should know I don't have time to read emails. Accuse employees of not caring and doing bad work, even being mediocre, when secretly you haven't even read their reports. 2 more words, forced socializing. Things that will make things worse 100% of the time. The phrase, it's not my fault because, doesn't matter what comes after it. It ruins everything. I'm a VP. I'm never going to collaborate with you. Going back to our favorite, I demand that you do this and this and this. Don't wait to see if what you're demanding is clear, reasonable, or whether he will even fix the problem. Just demand it and get off the phone. You're stressed after all. Now, let's say you do like your job, but you don't like your manager. So you'd like your manager to get laid off, but you can't really go after them directly because they're your manager. Here's how you show them up. You ready? Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. Thank people for their effort, attitude, and work. Be specific. Choose to be positive at work, even when things are tough for you at home. And finally, this is literally a pro tip. Get advice from experts. Listen to the advice and then follow it. You'll be showing up your manager in no time. This has been Tips for Being a Bad Manager. I've got a fun little game to play. It's called Can You Guess the HR Outcome? A lawyer accuses her paralegal of bad behavior. She writes it up in detail. HR meets with the paralegal who has an answer for every complaint and adds privately that the lawyer has been caught drinking on the job. Can you guess the HR outcome? That's right. The paralegal is fired and the lawyer is promoted to partner. A plant manager brings a toy to work, and I don't mean Legos or Tinker Toys or a Matchbox car. He brings an adult toy to work and makes the point of showing it to his female employees. Can you guess the HR outcome? That's right. He had to do something like that 2 more times before he was fired. A security guy catches a millennial snooping through the emails of the company owner. Now, sure, the millennial's supposed to be managing social media, but he's not supposed to be reading the company's owner's emails, which the security guy has placed there just to catch him. Well, it turns out the owner finds out anyway, because when she comes back from a seminar, the millennial has left a nasty note about her on her computer for her to find. Can you guess the HR outcome? That's right. The millennial was fired. Bonus, the millennial's mother wrote the company owner asking for his job back. HR outcome part 2, he's still fired. An international sports company hires all women to head up their women's division. But they're so misogynistic that they sexually harass all of these women. The women, naturally, go to HR. Can you guess the HR outcome? That's right. Management said, meh, HR's a suggestion, and all the women left the company. An employee claims her manager startled her at work, scaring her soul out of her body. She goes to several, shall we say, alternative healers to get her soul to come back into her body. And after a while, it's getting a little expensive. So she submits a medical claims report for the alternative medicine to get her soul to come back into her body. Can you guess the HR outcome? That's right. The claims were denied. I tell you this because this really happened. This really happened. This is Ben. Can you guess the HR outcome?
This program was brought to you by Landalore Industries, makers of these fine products. The Stunt Kit for Children, I'm a Stunt Kid Now. Viagro's, Oat Male Enhancement. And Captain Morgan Crunch, a rumful way to start your day. From Landalore Industries, from our family to your family, then back to our family again. Landalore Industries, a growing concern.
As an HR director, one thing that is a bit of a pet peeve for me is when people come into a job and they have unrealistic expectations. Has this ever happened to you? You think the job is going to be one thing and it turns out to be something else. Well, as a public service to all of you, I'm now going to give you real world job descriptions. Do you enjoy yelling and low back pain? New York City cab driver, that's a job for you. Did you ever wish you could win Miss America? And by that, I mean have everything in your life scrutinized, personal and professional. Do you have an advanced degree but don't mind taking helpful tips from high school dropouts? Public school teacher, here you come. Do you enjoy getting up really early and don't mind if your first appointment of the day cancels with a big box of excuses? You're a personal trainer. Do you like giving the same advice week after week, only to have the people you gave that advice to you tell you they followed the advice when it's very clear they didn't? May I suggest music instructor? Are you good at insights? Do you like understanding what's going on behind the scenes and what really motivates people? Do you not mind if people ignore your work and ask you to redo things 10 or 11 times over a holiday weekend while they go to the Hamptons? You could be an advertising strategist. Do you take great pride in your artistic work? Do you not mind having to repair when someone else tries to do your work badly and then expects you to fix it? May I suggest hairstylist? Do you hate your family? And by that, I mean you'd love an excuse to never see your family on a holiday again. Do you really not get upset when there's terrible smells and terrible messes? Do you like making 3 times your normal salary on those holidays? I've got a job for you, plumber. Are you happy to pick up other people's trash while being sexually harassed? Become a flight attendant. Do you care about people and want to take care of them so much that even if somebody fights against you, you're going to keep on going? Then let me suggest that you become an HR manager. HR looks like management, but it's really just a suggestion. HR, kind of helping people for over 150 years. HR. This has been Real World Job Descriptions.
Hey, Demeter Merritt.
What?
Someone microwaved fish in the break room.
Really?
It was me.
Can I have some?
Nope.
I hate you.
This is Diane Prendergast once again, and I thought I'd give you a little bit of a role modeling experience for having some difficult conversations. Here are some difficult conversations I've had to have recently. Maybe you'll learn from them. Maybe you won't. So, Tiffany, or Dark Angel, very, very clever name. I noticed the other day, actually, several people noticed that you seem to be doing your Zoom calls from your bedroom.
Well, yeah, because that's like where I do my homework.
Yeah, we don't call it homework, we call it work. Yeah, and an employee told me they could not hear what you were saying because someone was vacuuming.
Esmeralda, don't vacuum while I'm on Zoom. She doesn't speak English.
And I understand the other day in the staff meeting, you were eating with your mouth open.
Huh? I don't remember that.
It was the Tuesday, 3:00 staff meeting we have every week.
Oh, wait, 3? Yeah, that's when my mom brings me fresh cookies. They're yummy. Mom, that's my bong. Get out of here. I have to go.
Okay. So, Brenda, how are you doing?
I'm really stressed out.
You've been seeming a little stressed.
Well, like, I get calls all day long. People asking me to solve their problems. It's really overwhelming. I mean, if it weren't for all these customers, my job would be so much easier.
Yeah. I understand. You do know that you're head of customer service, right?
Well, like, I get calls all day long. People asking me to solve their problems. It's really overwhelming. I mean, if it weren't for all these customers, my job would be so much easier. Yeah.
So, Miss Angel, where are your wings?
Huh? I'm on probation. Little point shaving scandal. No big deal.
Speaking of probation, you're on probation here. You see, here at Landalore Industries, we don't swear at our coworkers, we don't make fun of our coworkers' appearance, and we don't sext with our workers.
We don't.
Miss Angel, if you're going to stay here at Landalore, I'm going to need you to be, how do I say this delicately, more presidential.
Oh. Are we talking vice presidential or presidential? How's that?
Hi, I'm Diane Prendergast of Landalore Industries. A lot of us are learning about boundaries recently. Do you have trouble with boundaries? I know. Has this ever happened to you?
Can I show you all the pictures from my non-quarantine vacation? Can I talk about my married boyfriend? I think he's really gonna leave his wife this time. I'm selling band candy.
Not anymore with Pestaway. That's right, Pestaway. Just a few short squirts and they'll be gone for hours. Buy it in 6-ounce, 12-ounce, or the industrial size at Walmart. Pestaway. No boundaries, no problem. Pestaway from Landalore Industries, a growing concern.
So everyone agrees we're all going to get along and everyone gets an opportunity Everybody gets a work thing. Oh no, management. Oh no.
I'm Diane Prendergast from Landalore Industries. Do you worry? Do you worry as a way of preventing bad things from happening? I think a lot of us do. That's why there's worry insurance from Landalore Industries. For $9.95 a month, we'll worry for you. Let's see what's in our worry box, shall we? Is this headache cancer? Will I ever get married? Will COVID last forever? Worry no more. We got you covered. Do you have a big family? For $50 a month, we'll worry for all of them, even crazy Uncle Fred. Are you worried you might be a racist? You probably are. Knock it off, right, Bob? Bob says yes. Read a book. For everyone else, there's worry insurance from Landalore Industries, a growing concern.
Hey, Devin or Merritt, is it nap time? Always. Sweet. La 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 la.
Well, that's our show. Thank you so much for watching The Corporate Knobs. I think we've learned a little bit about who really has the power and control in the workforce. And it's clearly not me. Perhaps it's you. Maybe you have hold of the corporate knobs. Let's talk about what we've learned. It's not my fault because it makes things worse all the time. If you want to be a bad manager, just go for it. Don't slack. If you want to upstage your manager, be an extremely good and nice employee. Who's got the power now? You do. And finally, one last little tip. You don't have to like your job. You don't even have to love your job. You just have to pretend you like your job. And then get a sandwich. This has been Corporate Knobs.